GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He was brought down by Devon Kennard. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them. On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Down carry for Harris. And into Chief territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. jet sweep. This is Johnson. And some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the KC crowd can make it very tough. Is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. On first down, Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. coming up on a 2nd and 6.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third and 2. Now Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
Open man, that's the tight end, Freiermuth.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Pat Freiermuth.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the first round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run the football and catch it out of the backfield.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Now here's Mahomes. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Mahomes. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. There he goes, right side. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So that one will be accepted. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the The Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They find some open field here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris.
And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger.
And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
43, 15.
Mahomes now on first down. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Second and 14.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
They'll run on first down. Harris. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
And Boswell's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They run with Harris. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check it out, read. Slams. Easy.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 22, Mahomes. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball.
And it will be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here's Anthony McFarland to return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here we go. Like 80.
On first down, it's Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Hill on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at the time, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for him. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Chiefs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 27, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Grip left, grip left. Check 43. Check 99. Solid. One back. He's crunch. He's check the crunch. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Here's Harris. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
53. Mike 53.
Roethlisberger. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Ready? Black 20. Strip that ball. Let's go.
This is Harris. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step one on that play.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Cross the pass. Cross the pass. Check 56.
It's a jet sweep. Roethlisberger bats it forward. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal. Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Mahomes got to have this one. It's Kelsey on the ground. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they open the lead up now to 25. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter, and he'll be brought down here at the 28.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check 93's the mic. Hey, 57, 57.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'll be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one didn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for Pittsburgh, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner.